Have you met R. Kelly?
No, I can't say that I have. Weird Christian dating movie. Hi, I'm Mild Kratz. I do gaming review stuff and periodically movie reviews. I'm a man who watches way too many romantic comedies for my demographic. And let's take a look at one of the worst ones I've come across so far. It's Christian Mingle. I know what you're thinking. Hey Kratz, great generic dance music that you've got going in the background there. Someone must have found the audio enhancements on the YouTube video editor. No, that's not me. Those are the sweet sounds of contemporary Christian romance.
It's real good.
I actually took a trip to France a couple of years ago. Oh, the wine. Have you ever been to France? Brian?
Alright, so this is Brian, and fans of romantic comedies already know that Brian isn't the guy. He's already got 3 romantic comedy strikes against him. First of all, he's kind of put together, but he's also still kind of ugly. Like, he's the kind of handsome ugly that kind of fills out these parts of roles in romantic comedies. I get that he's wearing nice clothes and everything, but let's not for a moment pretend like I don't see that he's got a hell of a nose on him, and that he's got a pretty significant underbite. And I know I sound like I'm being catty, but maybe let's just pretend for a second I'm being the casting director for a movie, because I guarantee those were the exact words that were used for him. He's handsome ugly. Secondly, he's too douchebaggy. Don't get me wrong, the main character in this movie is eventually going to meet someone she thinks is fantastic, but he's also going to be kind of a douchebag. But he will be less noticeably a douchebag. And then strike number 3 should be pretty obvious. He's the first male character in the movie. And if they're going to pad this thing out to be at least 90 minutes, there's no way she's going to fall victim to Brian's lack of charms in this scene.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. France, no. I haven't been. But I hear it's great. Love the accents.
It is better than great. I don't know how, but you can eat anything you want there and not gain a pound. That is my kind of country. And the wine is just to die for, even the cheap stuff. Oh, and the fromage, of course.
That's cheese, right? I love stinky cheese. It clogs the pipes, but still.
You know, they say the best cheese comes from between French farmers' toes. Yep, that's probably why it's so stinky and incroyable.
That sounds great. Listen, Gwynnie, a friend of mine just walked in. I'm just gonna run over and say hi real quick, okay? This is great. I'll be right back.
Sure.
Okay, hold on.
Sounds good. And it's Gwyneth, not Gwenny.
And then this is the unbelievably single Gwyneth. Her only damning features being that she's too reasonable, and that she gets a bit bitchy when you try to give her a nickname. Aside from her constant whining about becoming an old spinster, she's easily the most likable, and probably only likable character in the movie. She's not without fault, and her logic is obviously also sometimes failing, but she's quite attractive and she was in Mean Girls. So that's probably the last you'll hear me badmouthing her. Oh, did I ever mention that I'm also in Mean Girls? It's really no big deal. So now that we've met Mr. Wrong and we've met our main character, we now have to meet our main character's best friends. Hey, I didn't write the rules of romantic comedies. I'm just here to make fun of them.
It's so rude. The guy couldn't keep eye contact with me for 10 seconds. I mean, is it me?
No, sweetie, they're just dumb, stupid guys. Brian's definitely not stupid. He's a leading gastroenterologist.
Which is probably why he's so full of...
Gwyneth, he just texted me. He said he's sorry. It was his high school sweetheart. He hadn't seen her in years.
High school sweetheart? Was she the one that was half his age and half his weight?
We're running out of guys. Our husbands are running out of guys.
Babe, if you're not careful, you're gonna be the last one standing.
No. Anne-Marie will be the last one standing. Guaranteed. I am losing here, you guys. I mean, I feel like it's one of those movies where the guy in the little boat just drifts off into the horizon and then he just disappears. Poof. I don't want to spend another Christmas under the mistletoe alone. I just want to meet a guy who will look at me for 10 seconds and smile. Sold.
Redhead friend, blonde friend, Asian friend. Where's sassy black friend? I bet they work together. Let's take a look.
You look terrible.
Oh, I'm sorry, brown-complected woman who almost exclusively dresses in other shades of brown. Do you really feel that way? Or was that just a line shoehorned into this movie to establish you as a sassy black friend?
I'm done. New year, new me. I'm buying a dog. Or joining a monastery. Or both if they'll let me bring a puppy.
Ned Ryerson? Needle-Nose Ned? Ned the Head? Bing! How the hell are you? Why are you in this movie? What's with the hat? Oh, right. You're the comic relief character. And I would bet that they're probably going to poke fun of the fact that you're bald, right? Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but glad to see you all the same.
Ladies, everyone on the bridge in 5 minutes. Got big news, big news. Pamela, coffee's got that foul taste again? Dishwater. Not the day for Stinky Joe. I want you to fix it ASAP. Please? Pretty please.
Roger that, Admiral.
Oh, and Happy New Year, everybody.
Not today. I cannot play Battleship with him today.
You ever think it's the guys you're picking to go out with? Maybe you're knocking on one door hoping another will open.
Thank you, Oprah.
Don't call me Oprah.
Whoa, I may not be the preeminent authority on race relations here, but I'm going to have to agree with Oprah. And by the way, I'm only calling her that because I don't remember what her name is. And now you're probably going to say that I'm the racist, but I just generally don't care about this character at all. And I don't think making her white or Asian, Pan-Asian, Laotian, Argonian, Kryptonian, or any other race would probably affect that. But I think a pretty good rule for writing, generally speaking, is that if you're going to do a joke that could be considered racist, it had better also be really funny. And this joke isn't really funny. So as we can see, the framework has been laid for a bad romantic comedy. But what about this movie takes it to the next level? What else is there in this movie that makes it really bad? Well, I would have to say it's probably the elements of this movie that are just an advertisement for a Christian dating site. And all of the pushy Christian stuff in here in general that only makes Christians look worse. Let's take a look at some of that.
Donnie DeBow.
Hello there, Donnie DeBow.
Danielle. She's also Danielle's.
Okay, let's review. So no Mr. Right, and now I gotta make bald guys believe some magical potion they buy on TV is gonna solve all their problems. At this point, I'm like, God, if you are out there, this is Gwyneth Hayden calling, and, help.
You're single, you're Christian, and you're looking for a meaningful relationship. Find God's match for you at ChristianMingle.com, the leading site for Christian dating. It's the largest community, both nationally and where you live, of like-minded Christians seeking a partner for their spiritual journey. It's easy and it's free. In minutes, you can start browsing millions of profiles and discover easy, low-pressure ways to start meeting other Christian singles. Like our
Wow, Christian Mingle. Okay, just a word of advice here. Let's maybe watch our juxtaposition of calling baldness cures snake oil, and then immediately calling your dating service a one-stop solution for all of your romantic needs. Because those with experience with either one of these areas, so maybe like the guy whose YouTube channel you've landed on, probably won't be fooled into thinking one is different than the other. But let's maybe put that and any blatant advertising for Christian Mingle on hold and evaluate what our main character Gwyneth is supposed to be thinking here. Hi, I'm Gwyneth Last Namerson. I'm the poster model and spokesperson of being single, the master of monstrous dates, and the only single woman in her 30s who doesn't have a baker's dozen worth of cats. What is this you're talking about called a dating site? I've never heard of a dating site. You're definitely trying to present my character as a millennial, but I've never heard of things like Bumble, Tinder, OkCupid, Coffee Meet Bagel, Match.com, Hinge, or eHarmony. Please tell me all about your Christian-specific dating site, which has, at best, 1/2, and at worst, probably about 1/5 the user base of any of those other dating sites I've mentioned. We'll call this option, Hi, I'm Gwyneth. I'm a moron. I've never owned a smartphone, and I'm the only person around age 30 who's never been on the internet. Or, for simplicity's sake, Storyboard A. Alternatively, we are perhaps expected to believe that Gwyneth is truly desperate, has truly tried everything, and that Christian Mingle is literally the last bastion of hope for this otherwise utterly helpless woman. And if that's the case, that's a terrible way of advertising your dating site. And you may as well change your slogan to Christian Mingle, a place for lonely losers who have definitively tried everything else. Christian Mingle, a pathetic landscape of filthy, degenerate bottom feeders. And we'll go ahead and call that storyboard B. And so on one hand, maybe Gwyneth is a moron, or on the other hand, you're a moron for trying Christian Mingle. And in either case, it doesn't make for a very good romantic comedy. Especially when there's a pretty good chance the biggest joke is you. You lonely, desperate Christian loser? I'm just kidding, you're all lovely people. And so then the story basically becomes this. I, as Gwyneth, am going to either target what I have decided is probably one of the most desperate, biggest group of losers I can, Christian men, or I'm trying to, trade up and get into the next echelon of nice, sweet guys, and I think maybe that might be Christian guys, but then I'm going to become like a temptress who's going to ensnare a nice guy that maybe I really won't have a lot of things in common with. And either way, I don't know, it's a weird idea for a romantic comedy. Let's take a look at the Prince Charming she falls in love with anyway.
My bad. You're right. This is wrong. This is wrong.
What's wrong?
Hi. I'm sorry. No, I just...
No. I am sorry. I'm sorry that I'm late. Hi. I'm Paul Wood.
Gwyneth Hayden. Hi.
I wish that I had an excuse for you, but honestly, I'm just terrible with time management. I mean, Papa warned me it'll be my undoing.
Papa?
Oh, my dad.
Oh.
Should we?
Yeah, sure. What?
Nothing.
It's the photo, isn't it? Yeah, I don't really look like my picture. I kind of cheated on that part.
Who doesn't?
I understand that I, Paul, being the romantic interest, am supposed to represent all Christian men. But let me assure you, we are all liars too. I'd love to set the precedent that all men, including Christians, are terrible. And if that wasn't enough of a first date faux pas, allow me to reassure you that there was a time in my life when I was absolutely the kind of person that would be in a rock band and consider himself a rock star. So I too am not exempt from being a loser. If there is a silver lining here, at least I wanted to be a Christian rock star. Those guys are the coolest.
Mine was from like 10 years ago, back when I was on my way to rock stardom. Yeah!
You were gonna be a rock star?
Well, you know, an entertainer.
Oh, an entertainer. That's interesting.
This is weird, isn't it? It's a weird way to meet somebody. What a strange new world.
It is. It's like click, meet, marry, die, done. It's a very strange new world.
But the stuff between never really changes. Family, joy, our love for the Lord.
Yeah, gotta love him. The Lord.
Oh, hey, do you want something to drink? Hey, how about a cookie?
Oh, no, I don't do cookies. That's a double chin coming quicker than a freight train.
How about a cookie?
Salt.
What?
That face right there kind of says it all, though, doesn't it? Hi, I'm Paul, the tall, good-looking, probably gay, 35-year-old Christian Boy Scout that you've catfished to this cafe. You're the first woman I've ever talked to that wasn't my mother, but even I can tell this isn't going very well. Despite that fact, I've already alluded to the fact that we're probably going to get married, which I sense is a huge first date red flag, even though this is literally my first date. Fortunately for me, you are that rare one-in-a-million type girl who has the face and body of an actress who can't seem to hold down a boyfriend. This inevitably leads me to believe you have the worst personality, or that you've been emotionally damaged beyond repair. But I'm going to go ahead and push any and all of those dark, dangerous thoughts into the same box that's compulsively searching for leather masks on Amazon. Because I'm already on Christian Mingle, which, as we all know, is the last dying, desperate hope any of us has before being lost to the dystopian desert wasteland of being single.
Nothing. You're great.
Yeah, well, you're awesome.
I would have been okay with okay. So, fetch.
Okay, I think I'm done talking about this thing for a little while. We are 16 minutes into this movie, and this review of the movie is already more than 16 minutes long. So, if you guys really want to, I think I've proven that I can really talk about this movie forever, but just watch it for yourself. It's on Netflix. I think we're also going to do an episode of Let's Talk Movies, I guess, which is a podcast I do with one of my friends. Soon. I don't want to put a date on it, but soon. And I guess to give some like parting remarks to what problem I basically have with this movie, it's that the worst people in it are the Christians. And it's just very representative of like what organized religion looks like and what pious old traditional Christians do. It's like this Gwyneth woman in this movie is trying to, maybe in her own opinion, better herself. And if she finds that being a Christian is part of that, and she wants to move and work toward that, cool. Maybe they could have helped her with that. Whether it meant not dating her son or not, they just kind of push her away and say like, you know, if God really wants to make you a Christian, he will. And then maybe in that case, even though how could we not be anything but a little skeptical of your reasons for coming back, maybe God will have made you good enough for our son. And that's not the right tone you want for romantic comedy ever. Anyway, go watch this thing for yourself. Look for an episode of Let's Talk Movies, I guess, about Christian Mingle. It's going to be part of the holy trinity of Christian movies we're going to be watching. And I don't know, if given enough request, if people really want to see this, I might do a part 2. But I don't know, I have less than 100 subscribers right now. So the amount of work I've put into this thing is not worth the 10 people who will probably watch it. Anyway, I've been Mild Kratz. Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoy any of my movies, game reviews, that sort of thing, gameplay, please like, comment, subscribe. Interact with me. I like having fans. I like talking to people and stuff. I get bored. So anyway, thank you for tuning in. I will catch you next time.